As of today, the baseball season is finally over, and congratulations to the Washington Nationals for winning their first World Series championship in their franchise history. Now, before we talk about the World Series, I just want to give a background about the Washington Nationals before the season started. So this is the first season that Bryce Harper is not in a Nationals uniform as he signed with the Phillies, and his deal is looking like one of the worst signings in MLB history. The Nationals got off to a pretty rough start. They had a 19-31 record going into the first month and a half of the season, and their bullpen was pretty much the most unreliable pen in the MLB. Even worse than the Orioles, and that kind of says a lot. If your bullpen is worse than the Baltimore Orioles, then yeah, you know you have a problem. The Nationals then quickly turned things around and played a lot better, and were able to finish with a 93-69 record to finish off the regular season. They were good enough to host a wild card game, and their opponent was the Milwaukee Brewers. Now, going into this game, I thought that Washington had no chance at all because Milwaukee had a better team, better pitching, better bullpen, and pretty much better everything. Going to the bottom of the 8th inning, the Milwaukee Brewers had a 3-1 lead, which was pretty comfortable considering how good of a closer Josh Hader was, and then madness happened. With 2 outs and bases loaded in the bottom of the 8th inning, Josh Hader gave up a 2-run single to Juan Soto, and then the right fielder Trent Grisham, I have no idea who the hell he is, he misplayed the ball, which allowed the third runner to score, which gave the Nationals a 4-3 lead, going to the top of the 9th inning. Daniel Hudson was able to close out the game, and the Nationals were heading to the National League Division Series. In the National League Division Series, the Nationals had to face the Los Angeles Dodgers, and they seemed pretty outmatched because the Dodgers had better hitting, better pitching, and overall, I thought a sweep was just going to happen. But the Nationals had other plans. The Dodgers won Game 1 by a score of 6-0. The Nationals won Game 2 by a score of 4-2. The Dodgers won Game 3 in Washington by a score of 10-4. And then the Nationals came back. They won the game 6-1 in Game 4. And then Game 5 comes up, and what happens? I'm going to tell you right now. In the top of the 8th inning, the Dodgers had a 3-1 lead, and then Dave Roberts decides to put in Clayton Kershaw. Sorry, my bad. And he gives up back-to-back home runs to Anthony Rendon and Juan Soto, allowing the Nationals to tie the game. And then the top of the 10th inning, still tied at 3, the most pathetic pitcher in the Dodgers bullpen, Joe Kelly, gives up the bases loaded, nobody out, and then 2 pitches later, gives up a go-ahead grand slam to a 36-year-old veteran in Howie Kendrick. The Nationals win Game 5, and then they're off to face the St. Louis Cardinals. The Nationals now playing against the St. Louis Cardinals in the National League Championship Series. Now, just to mention that this is the first time that the Nationals made it to the Championship Series in their existence, and they sweep the Cardinals, absolutely shutting down their offense, and they are going to the World Series for the first time in their franchise history. The Nationals take the first 2 games of the World Series both in Houston, winning Game 1 5-4 and Game 2 12-3 in a blowout. And then the Nationals heading back to D.C. The Astros take the next 3 games, winning 4-1, 8-1, and 7-1. Now with the series heading back to Houston, the Astros finally have a chance to clinch the World Series title, but they didn't. The Nationals hold the Astros offense to only 2 runs in each game, winning 7-2 in Game 6 and 6-2 in Game 7, clinching their first World Series championship in their franchise history. And that's going to cover it for the Washington Nationals' road to the World Series. Now I'm going to end this video with a little Q&A from some anonymous questions from my YOLO account. The first question is, if Alabama had a Major League Baseball team, what would the name of it be? I don't know. I mean, I don't really know much about Alabama and their history, so I guess the Cowboys. I don't know, the Alabama Cowboys. Seems like a fitting name, but I'm not really too sure because I just don't know history about the state. But anyways, next question. Who are the Mets going to hire as their new manager? Joe Girardi. No, not Joe Girardi. Joe Maddon's out of the picture. Maybe Carlos Beltran. I've heard some rumors about him possibly managing the team. That's a pretty big possibility. So I guess my answer would have to be Carlos Beltran. Next question. How is your batting average? My batting average, well, I wasn't really a great hitter. I was more of a fielder, so I guess I had a pretty bad batting average. And just so you guys know, this is not only MLB, this is just random questions about like personal baseball related topics. Why is your friend Nick the greatest player alive? I don't know. He grinds it out. He plays hard. Hopefully he'll play for the New York Mets one day and kick everyone's ass. I don't know. And then the last question, the Yankees and the Astros use so much energy on each other. Who do you think would have lost if one of them went to the World Series? Well, now that the World Series is over and the Nationals basically beat the Astros in 7, if the Yankees would have made it, I honestly don't know. I think probably the Nationals starting pitching would have beat theirs. So either way, I would think the Nationals would still win the World Series. Either way, which team faces them. And yeah, that's it for my Q&A, and that's it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the post notification bell for more videos. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Coming down like a copter, Michael Murray on looking like a shot. Louis Carry on feeling like a ganja. Keep a very long shotty for imposters.